It is Friday. The 10th? Yep, the 10th day of February 2023. Coming to you live from the living room this week. Our humble abode as the broadcast palace awaits rebirth, if you will. Needs to be fixed. Just like the Chinese spy system needs to be revised, fixed. Spy balloon that the United States paid roughly $22 million just to shoot down. I read that and I was like, oh, it can't be right. That seems like a lot of money. Sure enough, apparently getting the pilots ready. They counted a lot of shit, but like getting the pilots ready, organizing everything from the minute they found the fucking thing to all the work that it took to like jam it. Jam it. Oh, that's great. It's still a fucking great gag. Why don't we jam it? We've been jammed. Raspberry. Only one man dares give me the raspberry. All right, that's too much. But then, then the F-22 that they fucking sent up there, more than one. And then the goddamn missile they used to do the actual shooting down. And my guess is it doesn't really include all the bullshit that went down like on the ground, where they had to ground planes for 2 hours, move all the boats out of the harbor outside of, I think it was Myrtle Beach, just to get ready for when it actually crashed. And of course the Chinese are crying foul, but come on now. You send something like that out over the country in strategic places and then you whine about it being shot down. Like, if we did that to them, what the fuck do you think they're going to do? They're going to shoot it down. But it's all a game. It's just all a fucking game. It seems the People's Republic isn't above the theatrics any more than us Yanks. So, but and apparently they'd done this before, like back when old Tidy Whitey's Don was in charge. They did it like 3 or 4 times apparently, and they didn't get caught. So they figured they could just keep doing it. Uncle Joe doesn't fuck around with that shit though. Listen, when he sees a balloon, he fucking shoots it down. That's how it works. Probably wanted to send that same F-22 to Marjorie Taylor Greene's office and shoot that shit down too. That fucking ignoramus. But theatrics, man, It's the same everywhere until people start getting hurt. And then you just have a giant clusterfuck. On this week's show, I have a lot of stuff to talk about, but it seems that most of it is music related. So, not the worst thing. I was hoping I would have more inane shit to talk about, but I really don't for some reason. I gotta check the old phone and see if I'm missing something. I have a feeling that I am. I just can't remember what. But I am recording from the fucking living room here, so we'll see how this plays out. But I'm going to talk concerts, music, more theatrics, food, grocery store managers, and jobs. Not sure which. That's it. That's all I've got. Wow, this is fucking boring, huh? Anyways, it's all right here, right now, on episode number 149 of Complaints and Observations.
Still, the most less than average podcast on the internet. With a host who's the smartest person in the room when he's the only one there. A continuing odyssey into mediocrity. Guaranteed to make you question your life choices and your own sanity. This is Complaints and Observations with Dave LaPointe. Who the hell is Dave LaPointe?
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
What up, what up, what up, what up? How we doing? How you feeling? Things are good, I hope. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Not that you care, but thank you. I am sitting on the sofa with our fancy, I don't even know what you would call it. It's a coffee table. Nope, that's not it. There's more to the coffee table. Trust me. You basically like pull up the whole table. It's mechanized. If you would, fuck, I can't talk. I've been talking nonstop since like 8:30 this morning. It hasn't stopped. It's been brutal. It's a brutal day. I worked so hard talking on the phone about New Zealand all fucking day. Then I just got done with a fucking phenomenal interview. With a writer named Robert Dean, super interesting guy, and so he's going to be um, that'll be on next week's show because I got to edit it a bit. And with next week's show being episode number 150, I wanted to have a guest on, and it turns out that this dude is fucking cool as hell. So it was a nice conversation, even though we had a boatload of tech issues, but it worked out great. So, I get to promote the fuck out of the guy's book. He gets to come on. We talk about music and Chicago and diners and stuff. So it was an excellent conversation. So I'm looking forward to all three of you hearing said conversation. And now here I am, approaching my bedtime, recording a podcast that nobody will listen to. It's not entirely accurate, but you should tell your friends. I implore you. So this fucking Chinese balloon thing, all right? I find a lot of this incredibly interesting because it's so stupid. The Chinese send a balloon over to to surveil various sites across the country. Now, I've seen a couple of images where showing the track of the fucking balloon flying over Montana by nuclear missile silos is all right, fine. If this was 1950, I could understand doing this. There has to be more to it. Super high altitude balloon basically tracking and looking at sites that that Google Maps can find for you. It's not a fucking secret where these things are. Everybody fucking knows it. So, I don't know. Obviously there's more to it. But the worst part about it was the reaction, right? You had a bunch of these fucking cosplay cowboys on the right, saying they were going to shoot it down. If I see that balloon, I'm going to shoot it down. Of course, they have a Southern accent because why not? Even if they're not from the South, they have a Southern accent. Why? I don't know. Why? Why do dumb people think that the Southern accent is so appealing? I'm watching wrestling the other night because I'm still that guy. I still watch it. Not religiously like I once did, but every now and again I pop it on. Brock Lesnar, who's from Minnesota, mind you, comes out. He's got a microphone. Yeah, listen to me. Why do you talk like that? When I can't talk. So he comes out and he's cutting a promo in the ring and he's got a fucking drawl. That's not how he talks. Cut the shit. People that use the word y'all that live or are from north of the Mason-Dixon line should be flogged. I hate that fucking word so much, y'all. Oh, it just sticks in my craw. Anywho, where was I? Oh, the cosplay cowboys. So listen, like J.D. Vance, for example, in Ohio. This fucking guy's out there with his $1,500 shoes, like sitting in his backyard on a log with his fucking with his long rifle, thinking he's gonna shoot down a fucking. He's looking up in the sky, like, oh man, if that thing comes by me, I'm shooting it down. Like, one, you're not. Two, you can't. And three, you won't. But, you got to post this picture to act like a fucking hardo because, again, it's all theatrics. And you know what the funny part is? How many of these dumb motherfuckers were posting, shit like that on TikTok? Do people really know what fucking TikTok is all about? Do they know? Nope. You have way more to worry about with TikTok than you do with a fucking Chinese weather balloon. The Chinese app that's in your kid's phone or in your phone is causing way more problems than this fucking balloon. But, if that gets brought up, everyone's like, oh, you can't take away TikTok. Why would you do that? It's just cute cat videos and dancing kids. Is it? You idiot. Cut the shit. It's just so, no one bats an eyelash. Millions of Americans willfully sharing all kinds of personal data all day, every day on that stupid fucking app. So spare me the bullshit with this balloon. Spare me the outrage. The president said, hey, we're shooting it down. And end of discussion. Oh, but he didn't shoot it down right away. It had a fucking 7-mile debris field. If they shot that down over anything, something was going to happen. If it lands on somebody's car, what do you think happens? I mean, this is a high altitude thing. It wasn't just a balloon. Like, it was carrying basically a satellite through the sky. Stop being dumb. Can we just please stop being dumb for 5 fucking minutes? Is that really too much to ask? Why, yes, it is, David. It is indeed too much to ask. And the State of the Union, I didn't even bother to watch it. And you want to know why? Because it was probably boring. And quite frankly, it's refreshing because government should be boring. Yet you have, again, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who it's almost as if her and what's her fucking name in Colorado, Bobbitt. I wanted to call her Lorena. It's not Lorena. I can't remember her fucking name. Babbitt? Babbitt? No, that's the fucking girl that that's the fucking girl that got killed. Ugh. Fuck is her name? Why can't I think of her fucking name? Obert. I was close. Anyways, they're just a couple of dumb bimbos that are, probably looking to get fucked. It's kind of a rash assumption, is it not? And it's, they have a fucking contest to see who can be the most ridiculous on a weekly basis. Green shows up to fucking Congress in like a white, an all white, like fur-lined suit, and she starts screaming. Kevin McCarthy has no goddamn clue how to handle these fucking people. None. And he has no fucking backbone at all, and no clue. They've only been in power for a month, and it's already just a ridiculous shit show. I don't understand it. I also don't want to talk about politics. I fucking hate politics. What am I doing? It's an easy fucking target, man. It's an easy target. But what can you do? What can you do, right? Nothing. Let's talk about better stuff, huh? All right, yeah. Fun stuff, better stuff. So the last 2 weeks, I've managed to go to two concerts. I haven't been to fucking show. Can't remember the last show I went to before last Sunday. I went to see Anthrax, and at the Mohegan Sun Casino They have a pretty nice barn over there at Mohegan's on it. It's not terrible. And I enjoyed it. Black Label Society opened up. Zach Wilde can fucking shred. I like the guy, cheesy as fuck. But the Duke and Whale, he's excellent. Yeah, enjoyable set, must say. Anthrax came out, played all the hits for the most part. Joey Belladonna cannot sing. He was okay, but the guy can't sing. One benefit, though, something that struck me and had a very profound effect upon me. Joey Belladonna is on the, his face is on the big screen. I looked at it, I said, I know, who does he look like? The look-alike game, looky-loo game, as the English call it. I'm looking, I'm staring at this screen. It's the image is burned into my forehead, into my forehead? Ugh. The image is burned in my brain. I can't figure out who he looks like. And then it happened. He looks like Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe movie from the 80s. The Dolph Lundgren vehicle. Post Rocky IV. Frank Langella was the actor. And he looked, fucking Joey Belladonna could play that Skeletor again with very little makeup. You just need to make him like purple. And that would be it. Same fucking guy. I came out of that show thinking, all right, it was worth the drive in -5-degree weather on a Friday night after work. The 2 hours to get down there and the 2 hours to get back. It was worth it just so I could say that Joey Belladonna looks like Frank Langella's Skeletor. One thing that I pointed out, and it's something that has been bothering me for years, and I'm kind of upset that having this outlet to complain about dumb shit that I never really thought of this, but every single metal show that I've ever been to where there was an active, or at least somewhat active, mosh pit, if you will, there's always that one guy in the pit, right? Who, all right, hold on. Let me back up. There's always multiple guys in the pit doing different things, right? There's the guy who is there just to fight, right? Like he literally just wants to throw hands. And he doesn't care two shits about the band, too much energy, running around just trying to like be the king of the pit, all right? There's like the smaller guy who is a fan of the band, likes to be in the pit because it goes with the music. A lot of energy, constantly getting knocked over. So he's constantly being picked up off the floor. There's that guy. The guy that drives me crazy, okay? There's always one guy who feels the need to just stand in the middle of the pit, not actually doing anything. He just stands there. Just trying to act like a tough guy. And in this particular instance, that guy was there. He was at the show. The mosh pit scene was not really that great. Once they were admonished by Scott Ian, did it start to pick up a little bit. And then that's when this guy, he shined because the light is down upon him now because he's bigger than, most of the people in the pit. And he's standing there, clearly does not give a fuck about this band because he's not nodding his head. He's just standing there trying to look like a hardo, wearing a pair of black gloves and his black t-shirt and his black fucking pants. Fuck you, pal. Just fuck you. Like, nobody gives a solid fuck about you. Except for you. And they just that guy always seems to ruin it for everybody for no reason other than he gets his jolly off. See, too much talking today, David. He gets his jollies off just being that guy. And I can't stand it. Like, I was never a mosh pit guy. I was always the periphery. I was always the one looking in, being like, oh, it's fucking cool. Because I'm not, look, I'm short, I'm fat, I'm weak. I'm not getting involved in that crap. Are you nuts? What are you, fucking nuts, guy? No fucking way. Anywho, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. First time I ever went to Mohegan Sun, didn't spend a dime in that building. Not one solitary single dime left my pocket. I had to put gas in the car on the way home, and that was it. That was all the money I spent because I got the tickets for free. Thank you to Mark and Amanda for the free tickets. Appreciate you. Totally defeated the whole point of Mohegan Sun giving the tickets away because they were given to people who didn't spend a fucking dime in the building. It's me and my buddy John. Pretty sure John didn't. I was gonna buy some merch, but when the show was over, the merch booth was gone. How much sense does that make? Zero. So, interesting show. And then Wednesday night, went to see Alter Bridge in Boston. And if you listened to the episode with the Quiet Violent, we talked about venues around the city, and I don't know if we named it specifically or if Bobby mentioned it or if Donnie mentioned it, but this particular show Wednesday night was at Roadrunner in Brighton on Guest Street. Back in the day, there was nothing on Guest Street except for like the WGBH building. I think that's what a PBS building should say. PBS, New Balance, and a couple radio stations. That was pretty much it. Now there's the Bruins practice center, the Celtics practice center. The PBS building is built up. The radio stations aren't there anymore. Although there is still a radio station on Soldiers. Fuck. God, I hate doing this. Soldiers. Soldiers Field Road. Fuck off, David. God. But man, what a cool venue. Legitimately a cool venue. The sight lines are pretty good unless you're in the corners closest to the stage. You don't really see the riser, which was kind of a bummer, but honestly, it was terrific. Loud as fuck. I had to put the earplugs in because I didn't wear the earplugs at Anthrax and I paid for it. I put them in last night for Alter Bridge after seeing the opener, which was Mammoth, WVH. I was impressed with their live show. Very good. No surprise that Wolfgang Van Halen is a very good musician. Like, he's not his father by any stretch. He's not nearly as charismatic, but excellent musician. I hope he just keeps playing and getting better, keeps writing music and getting better. Because there's just, he's still young, so he's going to be around for a while. So it's going to be a band I can go and see down the road. I don't know. Kind of a weird way to put it, but yeah, but my old ass can't do it anymore. Just can't. Like, I've already got the fucking, tinnitus in the left ear. It's just a constant screaming beep. So I can't make them any worse than they already are. So, I have to suffer the indignity of being that guy. I always made fun of the people with the earplugs, but man, now I need them. I have to do it. So I'm going to invest in some better earplugs for future shows. 'Cause I'm going to another concert in a couple weeks. 3 in a month. It's fucking unreal. Used to go to shows all the time. You know, there was one year I went to like 52 shows. It's a lot of shows. But yeah, good times, man, huh? Yeah, man, good times. But yeah, seriously, Roadrunner is a nice venue. I'm very curious. Like, apparently, the company that owns them also owns a bunch of other places, and I'm curious to see what those are like. I don't really know specifically what else they own, but you know, one of the things that struck me is that all the restrooms, I think, except for no, actually, all the restrooms were um like unisex. They weren't called unisex. What would they call it? Like all gender or gender neutral bathrooms is what it was called. And quite frankly, look, if you have a bunch of adults, it should be fine. The problem is, add alcohol to those adults, and my guess is that there's issues every now and again. I understand the point of constructing it that way and showing it off that way. I don't know. It makes me wonder how long that's going to last. I mean, it's been open for like a year or more. Maybe actually probably open maybe a few years now, but I see something happening that makes them change it because that's just how the shit goes. You get fucking a bunch of alcohol around people and it's going to cause a problem. But we'll see. I'm not sure. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that shows. They put on a great show. There was not nearly enough of Mark Tremonti's guitar playing. I was really hoping for a handful more solos, just because I like his guitar playing. He sang 2 songs, which I found interesting. One, he actually does the vocals on the new album. Good song, not bad. And then he did a song from the first album, which he should not have been singing. So there you go. That is my music update. The Complaints and Observations music update brought to you by The Quiet Violent, who are still waiting on a new EP thanks to their fucking lazy ass producer Jake. I don't even know if that's true, but still. I left something out when I was talking about Wednesday night show. So there's a former DJ from the WAAF days, Mistress Carrie. Mistress Carrie was like the hard rock pseudo sort of metal ish DJ, very good at self promoting. She came out on stage before the show. Apparently, she lives and works west of town. She's on another radio station, that one of the few rock stations remaining. So she comes out and she's promoting her podcast because she's going to have Mark Tremonti on, which I'll probably check out just because I'm interested. I want to see if he talks about his Frank Sinatra project. No joke. Did a Frank Sinatra project. He recorded an album of Frank Sinatra tunes because apparently he has a daughter with Down syndrome who loves Frank Sinatra. I'm like, that is so fucking touching. Man. So I hope he talks about that. Anyway, she said something that I found interesting, where she said that places like the Roadrunner and fans like you are, quote, keeping the rock alive in Boston, end quote. I'm like, oof, what? What do you mean? How does this overpriced venue keep the rock alive in Boston? And I hearken back to the conversation that I had with Bobby and with Donnie about how all the fucking divey clubs are gone and how all the places that, unknown bands can play, they're gone. So Roadrunner is not keeping the rock alive. They're bringing in fucking national acts, making money. which is, they're well within their right to do it, but please do not fucking blow smoke up our collective assholes and tell us that a venue like that is keeping the rock alive when it's not. It's just helping to tear it down a little bit more, day by day, minute by minute, second by second. I didn't care for that line, as you can tell. It's like, please stop. I was really hoping she would tell us that she was friends with the guitarist from Seven Dust again, because she's only told everybody that 18,000 fucking times, probably more than that. Alas, she did not. So, anywho, I went to LinkedIn today, and when I was unemployed, I spent a lot of time on LinkedIn just because it was, it was something that I sort of needed to do, if you will. Um, and I got when you go there, right? It's literally just a bunch of bad news and a bunch of um, self-promoting and other crap. But one of the things that caught my eye is that there's like a running layoffs page for all of the companies that are laying off hundreds and thousands of employees. Disney is laying off 7,000 jobs. Um, that was announced yesterday. eBay's cutting people. Zoom is cutting people. Salesforce cut a bunch of people. Um, a lot of companies, right? And it's like they all have the same fucking excuse, which is, we need to cut costs. The thing of it is, right? You never see one company do that. You never see one company announce uh mass layoffs and then that's it, right? It just doesn't happen. They all fucking happen at once. And it's almost as if they all think, "Well, if we do it, no one will notice because Disney just cut 7,000." Like, what are you doing? All you're doing is creating more fucking problems, not just for the people that you're laying off, but for everybody in general, because now you have all these fucking people trying to find a job all at the same fucking time. And then what's going to happen 6 months from now? Oh, nobody wants to work. Oh, you don't fucking say. Oh, nobody likes to stay at the same job all the time. Oh, really? When your entire fucking work existence for the vast majority of us is just making sure that you do enough to not get fucking fired or laid off. That's the goal. How fucking pathetic is that? Dig deep into that and realize just how fucking pathetic that is. That our entire existence, for the most part, it's not all of us. Okay, there are a lot of people that work their jobs and do very well for an extended period of time because they're just good at their job. But there are hundreds of thousands of people in this country, millions of people on this planet whose entire existence is just trying to do enough to not get fired. That's it. That when your company decides that they need to cut costs for some ungodly, unknown reason because it's affecting the fucking stock price or it's affecting the salary of upper management, you just want to make sure that when they get to your name, they say he's pretty good, she's pretty good, and they don't fire you. It's a very sad existence. Sure, people are going to quit and move around. I'm so guilty of that. I've done that for the last 30 fucking years. I am a perpetual, uh, how would you put that? How would you characterize somebody who constantly think that the other side of the fence has much greener grass than my own? I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it. A greener grass guy, but I can't say that because it'd be like a green gotta want again. But that's me. I'm that guy. Constantly moving around, never staying in a fucking place long enough to like sink my teeth into it, if you will. Always thinking that the other shit that I'm doing in my life is way more important than my actual job, which in reality and in theory, it is because my job should not be my personality. It should not be the most important thing in my life. That is pathetic. But it almost has to be if you want to make sure that you don't get fired or laid off when the time comes for your company to say, "Oh, geez, costs are up 3%. So we should cut 7,000 fucking employees. Oh, we lost $10 billion in our streaming service because we spent so much goddamn money on content and 90% of it was trash. So we lost $10 billion. So now we're gonna cut 7,000 fucking jobs." Oh, great. And they get away with it. They all fucking get away with it. There's no accountability. And what do you think's going to happen? Now there's going to be a glut of people on unemployment. The unemployment's going to go up, and you're going to start hearing the Republicans screaming about how the unemployment rate is increasing. Well, that's because all your fucking friends laid off a whole bunch of fucking people, and now they're unemployed. You don't fucking say. It's a vicious, stupid cycle that never ends. And it really makes me wonder why we put up with this. Oh, I know why. Because humans are dumb. Really, just fucking dumb. Just so stupid that we put up with all this crap all the time. Yahoo. Yahoo stinks, and they're like, "Oh, we're laying off 20% of our workforce." When was the last time Yahoo was relevant? Seriously. Honestly, I've been waiting for an answer. I just don't get it. I don't get much of anything, though, do I? No, I don't. I don't get it. It's gonna be a short episode, mainly because I'm exhausted. And two, I'm tired of talking. Wah, cry me a river, cry me a river. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good song, by the way, Cry Me a River. I want Timberlake to make another record. Come on, man. Quit being like a weird dad or whatever he is. Just make some music, man. He doesn't need to. The dude's a fucking bazillionaire. Bazillionaire. What else did I want to talk about? I don't know. You talk about sports? Any sporty thing? What happened? What's going on in sports? Kevin Durant got traded. Kyrie Irving got traded. How about that? It's interesting. I mean, not really. I don't really care that much, quite frankly. The NBA is so strange. LeBron James, though, becoming the all-time scoring leader, I found that interesting. You know what else I found interesting about that was that Kareem was there to like, hand him a ball during a ceremony, whatever. I have zero issue with LeBron James. I really do. I don't, these people that say that they fucking hate the guy, I don't understand. Like, what has he done that is so bad other than be good at basketball? Look, LeBron James loves LeBron James. He's no different than any other pro athlete. He just happens to be one of the three best basketball players who's ever walked the planet. And the guy's 38 and still putting up fucking monster numbers. The problem is though, he ends up in these situations where he's surrounded by incompetence. You know? Miami wasn't, but for some reason he got fucking sick of it and then wanted to I shouldn't say that. He was in Miami with a strong-willed front office, a strong-willed head coach, and once Dwayne Wade was done, then it was like, "Okay, I'm moving back to Cleveland." I think that's how it went. Miami, then Cleveland, then LA. Yeah, that's how it went. Um, and he did good for the people in Cleveland, the long-suffering Cavs fans and Cleveland sports fans in general. So I don't have an issue with the guy. When he's playing the Celtics, I fucking hate his guts. But other than that, I don't. He seems like a decent enough guy. He's got a massive ego. Okay. Oh wait, Jesus Christ! Fuck. Did I even talk about Tom Brady? Fuck no. Shit. Here I am talking about LeBron. I totally fucking forgot about Tom Brady. I didn't write it down. That's why. I'm stupid. Anyways, I don't really. I'm cool with LeBron. He's fine. He seems like a decent guy, just with a massive ego. Whatever. Whatever. Anyways, let's talk about Tom. Good on Tom for retiring when he was still a very good quarterback. Like, very good quarterback. And he played on a garbage team this year. I'm very curious to see what he does moving forward. He said he's going to take the year off and then uh, get into TV. All right, fine, whatever. Good for you, bro. Do your TV, man. I'm very curious to see what pops up. Is he gonna lean into like the TB12 shit? He sent in well, TB12 sent a fucking email today, selling like TB12 hats, like not like the typical baseball hat that you see with some sort of new material or whatever. And I'm looking at it like that thing's fucking sharp. So I click on it. $75. Tom, $75. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I really like this fucking hat. I'm not gonna buy it because it's 75 bucks. Come on, man. There's no need. Podcast that he did with Jim Gray, where they had Bill Belichick on the show, and like the conversation between it wasn't even really a conversation. It was almost like they were talking at each other in a way, like, but I had never heard Bill Belichick for 20 minutes just talk. It was fascinating. It was absolutely fascinating. It was pure 1000% Patriots porn. But it was super interesting just learning, like, hearing some of the behind, like, kind of pseudo behind the scenes shit, like talking about why he treated Brady like he treated the rest of his players and how he learned it from Bob Knight because Bob Knight had Michael Jordan on the Olympic team in like 1984. It's like, wow, are you fucking kidding me? But, Tom was very reflective. Bill was very reflective. Even fucking Rob Gronkowski, when he came on, was reflective, even though he sounded like a doofus. Not entirely, but yeah, it was really good, except for Jim Gray. How Jim Gray has managed to make a career out of being a fucking hanger on, if you will. He did it with LeBron, and now he's done it with Tom. He's like that fucking, when you're like washing your balls And is that something like gets caught in one of your pubes, and as you're washing your balls, it's kind of like stuck. It's like lint and fabric that from your underwear or whatever, and it gets like in a ball, and you gotta pull, and you like pull some of the hair out. That's Jim Gray, just hanging on balls. This fucking jerkwagon is sitting there, just his entire job was to read like pre-agreed, pre-discussed questions, mainly to be the patsy, the lackey, Tom. And then when he was done with that, he would move on to an ad read, like an overexcited ad read that sounded horribly fake, but they're all from like, you know, top-notch fucking companies, with the exception of the Golden Nugget Casino, which was like, how the fuck did this thing get in there? But good on you, Golden Nugget. Everybody's talking about you. So good for Tom. I'm looking forward to the retirement ceremony this season, and the jersey retirement, number retirement, I should say, because there's no way they would give the number 12 to fucking anybody. That thing's retired. Don't do this Red Sox Roger Clemens shit where you never give 21 away, but you don't actually retire the number. Enough. Just fucking retire the thing next year and be done with it. I really would like to see him do the 1-day contract thing, even though I fucking hate that thing. I just don't feel it's not right for him to retire as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. It's just not. I know he won a title, whatever, but it's just not right. Just don't do it. So yeah, Tommy, good luck to you, pal. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you. Yeah. So there you go. I have a voicemail. I got a voicemail today. I have no idea who it's from. It's an anonymous voicemail. It's not good, but I'm gonna play it anyway.
Mr. LaPointe, it's Barack Obama. I'm here today to have a complaint. In recent times, seltzers, they've been subsidizing the packaging for them. We went from 12 to 8, and as time has gone on, I'm finding less and less 12 packs. So that's my American-related grievance for today, and go USA.
It's a terrible Barack Obama impression. Terrible. So, if you left that voicemail, improve your Obama impression. And then the take, like, what are you talking about? Seltzers? That's your complaint? That you can't find a 12 pack of high noons? Come on. I don't think you're looking hard enough. Here's my take on seltzers, right? I don't dislike them. My assumption is that like the new ones, once they get like popular and they start selling, that's when they just cut back. They cut from 12 to 8 so that you have to buy more. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. So I mean, if your general complaint is that you can't find seltzers to get drunk, switch just to vodka. Just buy a bottle of vodka. Drown yourself in sea ice vodka for $8.99 a handle. You'll find that you know, it's cheaper, and according to my buddy Rob, vodka is vodka is vodka. I disagree with him wholeheartedly, but yeah. Plus, like, subsidizing? That's the wrong word. You use that word incorrectly. I mean, I'm just tearing this fucking thing apart. But please call back. Give me a coherent take next time. Give me a coherent complaint other than, I can't find 12 packs of Trulies. Oh man, this show stinks. Next week's show will be better. It's a solemn promise. I think next week will also be a Friday show, just because I'm hoping uh, the broadcast palace will be up and running by next Thursday. Fingers fucking crossed. Fingers crossed, man. I really, really hope so, because doing this in the house is not ideal. Working at the dining room table, less so. Working in my wife's office is okay, but it's still a tad cramped for me. I don't know why, but it is. Now, this is just a stream of consciousness part of the program where I'm just talking thoughts. I was just so thrown by limited fake Barack Obama. I stole that from Dan Levitard. Anyways, um, moving on. As it is the end of the show, and as it is Friday, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show. It is time for three gripes. Gripe number one, Lay's. They have been a constant target on this program, Lay's. Jennifer and I are at the local grocery store. And I left out the fucking. Ah, damn it, I'm so bad at this. We're at the grocery store. And there's a sale on Lay's potato chips. You know how much that sale was? 2 for $8. 2 bags of Lay's potato chips for $8. And you're probably saying to yourself, David, that's not terrible. Oh, it is. It wasn't the party size. Regular size Lay's potato chips, multiple varieties, 2 for $8. Do you know how much is in a regular bag of Lay's potato chips nowadays? 7 3/4 ounce. 7 3/4 ounce in a regular sized bag of Lay's potato chips. They have made these fuckers so small, just tiny bit smaller. Like year over year, smaller, 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 smaller. Constantly fucking the general public. The general potato chip loving public. Making the bag smaller, jacking up the price, and hoping that people don't fucking notice when they put shit on sale for 2 for $8. Stop it. Get fucked, Lays. You understand? Get fucked. Like, I gotta be a fucking Utz guy. Because, I'm not stooping to store brand chips. No way. Not going back. Not going back to those days. I'm not going back to store brand chips, all right? I had to do that when growing up when we were fucking poor. Store brand chips, store brand cookies. Fuck you. Oh man. I wanted to talk about something that I saw at the grocery store. So the local grocery store, there's a manager in there. This girl can't be any older than like 28, 29 years old. And I'm looking at her, and she's not unattractive by any stretch. She's an attractive young woman. And I thought to myself, like her walking around the way that she was walking around in the store, like she's a grocery store 9. All day, every day, grocery store 9, easily. General public, 6, 6.5. That's quite the spread, is it not? A grocery store 9, a general public 6. A grocery store 9. Oh, that's funny, David. Nice job, buddy. Nice job, you fucking creep. Yeah. Grocery store 9. Yeah, you're a creep. Gripe number 2, sales team incentives. I work in sales. I've worked in sales for a very long time, and I've had to endure stupid games that are created by management to get salespeople like excited about doing their job. Before I move further, though, right? I understand why they do it. It's an engagement exercise. They want people to be not just focused on their job, but focused on little things that that need gradual improvement. Okay, whether it be reporting or phone calls or not. It's never not entirely just hey, whoever makes the most sales wins. It's never that. It's always like little things so that everybody can be involved. I'm new, okay? And I'll be honest, right now, I'm kind of struggling. And it's all a time management thing for me. I don't know how to get fucking people off the phone. Because as you can tell, I kind of enjoy talking. So I have a hard time ending phone calls with nice people. So the stupid little games that we play that we have to endure on a regular basis, I can't. They drive me nuts because then you always have somebody on your team that's like, the super fucking aggressive, like, yeah, I want to win the contest. Like they're gonna get, I don't know, a special place in heaven for winning the January 2023 sales fucking contest. Doesn't make them bad people, not by any stretch of the imagination. Honestly, I'm in another environment where everybody I work with, I genuinely like. They're all nice people. I enjoy being in the office around them. I enjoy talking to them. Some aspects of this job make me want to pull my fucking hair out, mainly because I'm just so ignorant to so many aspects of the job, and it drives me nuts. Being a bit of a control freak, it makes me crazy, and it ruins my ability to do the job properly. So I'm gonna have to take like the next few weeks, work way too many hours to try to like uh, do, I guess, for the lack of a better term, do more. But it's all wrapped into this fucking sales and teams incentive contest bullshit. Like, stop. Just instead of having to take like a couple hours out of the week to deal with this stuff, can't we just like try to do our job better? Like, give me a training that would help. Give me a bit of direction. Give me something that doesn't involve like prizes, you know? And I'm appreciative. If there's prizes, I'm fine. I'm down with that. But like they put us in teams. I'm on a team like with one girl who is a high performer and another girl who's also a fairly high performer. And so they're carrying my fat bloated ass on this team. And so it's like I feel bad because I'm not carrying my own weight. Gripe number 3. The cell phone camera people at shows. Posted something on the Instagram page at Complaints Pod of a show, the show on Wednesday night, where this woman, the entire show, this fucking broad is standing there filming. She's filming the whole fucking show on her phone. And so there are a couple of instances where I'm looking down at the stage and all I can see is her arm in the air holding this phone. The complete lack of awareness for the people that are behind you at a fucking concert that can't see. you're gonna waste your battery filming this fucking. You're gonna take all this storage space in your phone. You're never gonna watch that. If you do, you'll watch it once, and then that'll be it. And who wants to watch that? Like, the sound is not going to come through very well. You're constantly moving your hand around, so it's not like you're getting like a constant clear video. There are people in front of you moving around. Yet you need so badly to block the view of the people behind you. The fucking cat is like crawling up my back. What are you doing, pal? You're almost as annoying as the cell phone video lady at the show the other night. Just, I fucking don't like it. And if you try to say something to them, they look at you like you've got fucking 12 heads. It's a weak complaint, but that's the show. That's all I got. I'm tapping out. It's too late to be doing this. Tapping out. Hello, Gussie. Hello, Gus. You're a good boy most of the time. You can find me at ComplainsPod on Twitter, at ComplainsPod on Instagram. I have a Facebook page, but fuck Facebook. I have a YouTube page that I can't do anything with. I have a Twitch channel that I can't figure out. You can also find me on Post at ComplainsPod. You can find me on Mastodon, maybe. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm on there, I think. 617-657-4736. You can call in with a complaint and or an observation or a limited fake impression. Anything that you want, you can call in. And it's appreciated. I will definitely play it no matter what it is. I'm going to play it. Content, motherfuckers. Next week, very excited for the interview that I have for you with writer and author Robert Dean. His new book is called Existential. Yeah, I fucked it up. Existential Thirst Trap. And you can go to barnesandnoble.com, pre-order. It'll be released on May 8th. I enjoyed it. He sent me a digital copy. I enjoyed it. There were a handful. It's an essay collection of his past work that have been published in various places. And there's a lot of interesting stuff. The way he writes is great. He's an interesting cat. And so I'm looking forward to playing that for you next week. Next week should be a long show. A big show. Episode number 150. Huh, Gus? Yes. You have anything to say? Anything to say? No? You can add a little gravitas to the program? No? All right, pal. You gotta go. 617-657-4736. Call in next week. Check out that show. Tell your friends. Check out The Quiet Violent. What else can you check out? You could check out like anything, really. But please, tell your friends to listen to my show. Maybe. I don't know. But that's it. As always, please take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Godspeed. Ta-ta.
I'm without speech. I'm speechless.